We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you.
ADR Networks presenta.
This is Celestine Angel.
And I'm Isaac Crouch.
And this is...
Foreign Show!
What's
Hey
up?
guys.
Guys.
Hello.
How's it going? It's Friday, it's 3 p.m. It's that foreign show. I'm Isaac Rakesh here on ADR Network.
I'm Celestine Angel, and we are here activating your senses.
All right. So what we're gonna do right now is gonna do a real quick commercial break. All right. So that we can post our link.
No, I'm done.
Oh, we're done. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So let's roll. Welcome
Okay.
to the show. Welcome to the show.
So we would like to share with you in this first segment before our guest comes on. We would like to talk a little bit about our project. So we are the vocalists of Illuminary, and we are from Singapore. So we are a Singaporean project here in Mexico, and the genre of our music, we call it mystic hip hop. So we want to explain what that means, and in a minute you will understand why we are showing you our YouTube page as well, because why don't you let him know about our
Yes.
streams and stuff? Yeah.
The streams that we are going to be doing, something that we're really looking forward to. But before we get into that, if you're new to that foreign show, let's do a bit of an introduction. We are Illuminary. I'm Isaac Rakesh. This is Celestine Angelina. All right, and together with Carrick Amadeus, we are Illuminary. All right, and like she said, we're from Singapore and we do music, primarily music. That's kind of what we're doing here in Mexico, music and music related stuff. Now that foreign show is kind of our one of the things that kind of got birthed along the way in our Mexican journey. It is a collaboration with ADR Networks, and it is where we host this show where we get to talk to people who travel and people who kind of make travel a part of their story.
Right. It's because we are here, we are foreigners, and we're all about self-growth. So we like to discuss with all these people who are away from their homes, like what was the process, like stepping into the unknown, and like how they have benefited from like being in this really special country that we really feel so like that Mexico is magical, and like the depth of which we can explore what Mexico can bring for us is like one of the fun parts about like our program.
Yes, very fun. And this journey has kind of led us also to kind of expand our art, and kind of alter it in a way, or modify it for the people, and kind of evolve. I wouldn't say modify it, I say evolve, right? Because our message has always been spiritual, right? And that kind of flavor we kind of brought into that foreign show, where we try and talk about, like I said, travel topics and stuff, but we always relate it and make it kind of personal, and mystical. Now it's on this theme of mystical that we are pretty excited to announce that this the week that's coming, we are actually going to begin streaming. All right, we're going to begin our shows. All right.
Yeah, we're going to stream online our performances, and also share with you what mystic experiences we are going through. So, okay, let me explain first and foremost what mystic means. So it's basically like the inner process, like us with the divine, or the higher self, our like innermost connection. So it's very personal, and we feel that that is something that everyone goes through, the mystic experience. So we are making it grounded and practical for everybody. And like our music, it has this term because the kind of sounds that we are putting in is definitely the urban sounds from the hip hop universe, and Afrobeats, dance hall, and all that fun stuff for us that we like to dance to. And also we add sounds from Southeast Asia, which is very ancient, like sitars and the kotas and stuff like that. And so this is our entire soundscape. And we feel like, because it's again from within, so it's mystical. And the sound that we are going for is to make you feel like moving inside and outside.
Yes, inside and outside. make you feel like moving, make you feel like, having a good time. And that's kind of what we aim for when we have our shows, and our shows, the feedback that we receive, people really enjoy our shows, and they also feel, they kind of feel good, they like the vibes, right? It's good vibes,
Yeah,
positive vibes that kind of emphasize transformation.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yeah, that's what we want. We want them to like be able to like just dance and stop thinking, as well as like experience something from within, like calls like to your soul. So it is yeah, something profound. And what we want is for everyone to experience this. So our live streams starting next week will be exploring a lot of this.
Yes, and we also like to tie in certain topics, because if you go onto our channel, which we want to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to our channel so you can join us on our live streams. You can actually see that our content is a mix of music as well as some
Esoteric information. We are going to go deeper. But yeah, the reason why we are showing YouTube is because we are going to be streaming on YouTube. So if you subscribe to us there, you'll see when we go live, and you can enjoy our show, especially for you.
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, is our guest here yet? Let's take a look.
So on today's show,
Mhm.
or keeping with the theme of art, right? We are actually going to be looking at the world through the eyes, or through Latin dance, right? And we're going to be talking to Stephen Thomas from Australia, right? He's actually from our part of the world, right? We are from Singapore, as you know. We want to talk to him about the world through Latin dance.
So okay, if Steven's not on yet, wait, I think he just sent me a message. He is having trouble connecting. So why don't you explain what today's episode, today's theme with him is about, while I resolve this.
Yes. Now, Stephen Thomas from Australia, as I said, he's a dance champion and he's the owner of the Independent Dance Studio. Okay. Now, the Independent Dance Studio, it's in Insuentes, right? It's a dance studio that we actually were at, and we actually did something over there, right? And yeah, so that one he's the owner of, and he brings his passion of dance to this dance studio, right? And we want to actually talk to him about his journey, about how he got into dance, and we want to talk to him also a bit about the community that he has created over here, right? The people who actually go to his dance studio, and the kind of dance that he does. He's a dance champion, so we also want to, tap his brain a bit about how he gets into that champion mind state, and also what does it take to actually be a dance champion,
Yeah, definitely. We would like to ask him that. And also, like, because he has been teaching dance like in non-Latin countries, from what I know.
Okay.
And this might be the first time he is teaching in Mexico, a Latin country, right? And he's Australian, so
Okay.
it's like something to pick his mind about, like what is going on, like how
Yeah.
does he feel and stuff like that. So let's see, but he's having trouble getting on the link.
And also there's the whole other aspect of the cultural barrier, and how how a person, an owner, a business owner, actually has to work through all of that as well, and to make the business happen, as well as to kind of share his art as he teaches all around the world. Yes, very interesting point there. We want to talk to him also about what it's like dance here in Mexico, right? What the flavor is like here compared to other places.
Yeah, like what he feels
What he
about
feels.
the
Yes, sir.
vibes that are like in the dance community here. And like I think he was in I think he mentioned China, but I'm not sure. We are going to double check that with him. And he definitely was in Singapore, our country, right? He was. He said he won a competition there. He was like the champion. Yeah, we thought that was quite an interesting alignment.
Yes, for our vecino in that part of the world, being from Australia and us from Singapore, we are Southeast Asian neighbors. All right, so join us right here on That Foreign Show. We're going to take a short commercial break, and we will be coming right back with Stephen Thomas.
We
are going to a break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
on the foreign show.
Hola, soy Hanna de la Madrid y te invito a que todos los jueves en punto de la 1 de la tarde nos acompañes en el programa Psycho Mom. Estaremos hablando de temas de actualidad y los retos que enfrentamos las mujeres en nuestro día a día. ¿Por dónde? En ADR Networks, activando tus sentidos.
Inicia tus mañanas con buena actitud, bien informado en temas de actualidad, salud, noticias, entretenimiento y todo lo que quieres saber respecto a tu día a día.
ADR Networks, activando tus sentidos.
Amigos, queremos invitarlos a que no se pierdan La Casa del Pelotero
todos los jueves de 7 a 8 de la noche
a través de ADR Networks.
Activando tus sentidos.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Yo soy Alberto Morales
Y yo soy Yolanda Muedano.
y te invitamos a nuestro programa Jite Karate Do, Artes Marciales y Deportes de Contacto
Todos los lunes en punto de las 9 de la mañana,
para platicar de lo mejor de las artes marciales
aquí en ADR Networks.
y ADR Sports. Activando.
Hola amigos, yo soy Mike y los quiero invitar todos los viernes a la 1 de la tarde a que sintonicen Magic Mike, donde encontrarán las mejores sugerencias para qué ver, qué leer.
Hey guys, we're back at TFS. Thank you for staying with us.
On the foreign show.
Yes, y'all. Welcome back to the show.
Hi, we're back, and I think our guest is with us.
Blow.
Yes. Mm.
Yes. Okay. If
Okay.
you don't know, we'll let you know. We are going to be talking to Stephen Thomas, dance champion and owner of Independent Dance Studio, as he shares his journey of teaching Latin dance all around the world and finally now in Mexico, which is a salsa haven, right?
Yes, please
He
welcome.
brings
Steven.
this passion to the his Latin culture, and we're going to be getting into it right now.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
we can hear you.
we can hear you.
Hi,
Just
but I
cannot
can't
see you.
You need to see me as well? Okay, one moment.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello, nice to see
Hi,
you.
Steven. Okay,
How are
finally
you?
we got
Yes, we are great.
everything up and running.
Great. Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming on the show. And we've been telling the people a bit about you, and and a bit about the you being a dance champion and the fact that you have a dance studio and about what you do. But we want to hear it from you. So yeah, why don't you tell us
Some
a
of your
bit?
background, where have you traveled, and all that.
Okay. Well, the interesting thing is I'm an Australian who's lived around the world. I've lived in the United States for many years, England as well, traveled extensively for Latin dancing. And I ended up in Mexico City here about 4 years ago. Having lived in the United States, my visa was expiring. I had a bit of an immigration issue. I had to judge a world championship in England. And then upon returning to, or trying to return to the United States, I found I had to find somewhere to hang out for a while. So I thought, well, I'll just hang out in Mexico for a couple of weeks until I resolve my visa issue. And now 4 years later, I'm still here. So I didn't come here intentionally. It all happened by accident. But I'm very happy to be here with the Latin people. And now I've got the dance studio, and I'm teaching Latin dancing to the Latinos.
Right. It like what you mentioned that it wasn't really planned, and then like you just end up like being here and then staying for longer. It's like something that's really common that we hear from a lot of foreigners that come, us included, and I think Mexico just is something that just draws you in later, and then you're the whole thing is unexpected, and something special happens. No.
I've heard similar stories from other people where they came here on a holiday or just to check the place out. They came for a week or two, and then they end up staying. So it's quite a common thing. In my case, having lived in California and then being here, once I was here, I there was food everywhere. There was music. There was culture all around. The place was so alive, and I just felt really free, and I wanted to stay. So it's definitely has a great feeling of freedom here, and opportunity as well.
How would you compare the scene here to, say, like the UK or even back in Australia?
Well, in terms of dancing, there's similarities, and there's I guess everything is magnified here because dancing is embedded in the culture. So there's people dancing in the street, in the parks. There's dancing everywhere. People, the locals, they'll go to see their family on a Sunday afternoon or a Sunday evening. They have dinner. The music comes on, and they start dancing. So a lot of people here know how to dance. It's mainly just for fun, not necessarily for performances or for competitions or highly technical. It's really just part of the culture of people connecting with each other and having fun. Now in Australia, where I'm from, and also United States, where I lived for many years, England, and also throughout Asia and the rest of the world, Latin dancing has become a huge phenomenon. So it's not like years ago when nobody knew how to dance. Now a lot of people have become exposed to dancing, and you can go anywhere in the world and there's bachata and salsa classes. There's social events for bachata dancing, and it's very popular for people to go to these classes and events. To meet people and to enjoy themselves.
Oh, we kind of lost you. You kind of froze up there.
Oh, I was just saying that not only in Mexico.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Yes, I think it's actually I want to. It's really interesting what this point that you mentioned about about dance, and like for example, here in Mexico, it seems like it is part of the culture to
that everybody knows how to dance.
Yeah, put some music on, someone plays something, and then people start moving, right?
People just want to get up and dance,
yeah, and it's all ages, and that's something.
Right, like clubbing or something, I guess, or if it's some traditional, maybe an Indian event, there's some Indian dancing, or if there's a Malay event, a wedding, there's some dancing.
Yeah.
But unlike Mexico, right? So what do you feel is different about it? Like obviously the Latin culture, and the rhythms and everything, but there must be something more, right? Like what, in your opinion, the students here compared to the students that you work with in the other countries, do you feel they're more receptive to learning?
I would say the main difference is in the other Western countries, United States, England, wherever. You'll get people come to a class and they have no idea of what the basic step of the dance is. You'll get other people that have done a little bit before, they know about it, but you will often get people who you've really got to start from scratch, from zero. Whereas here in Mexico and the Latin countries, most people, even if they've never taken a formal lesson, they know the basic steps. They have an idea of how to do it because, you know, maybe they learned it from their grandmother on Sunday night at the family dinner, or dance with their mother or their uncle or their auntie or whatever. And they've just seen it around because it's everywhere. So it's like you said before, whenever music comes on, people are just inclined to get up and start dancing. So I think that's the main difference. Yeah, it's a little bit of a quicker process in the beginning with locals. You can they already know the basic movements. They have an idea what to do, and they'll pick it up. Perhaps more quickly sometimes than non-Latinos, but with the foreigners that are here, we teach them as well, and we specialize in starting from the very, very beginning, going very, very slowly, explaining, you know, all the important details and trying to make people feel comfortable and make it a really relaxed experience and environment. So, because it shouldn't be stressful, you know, it's good just to go slow, ease into it, and make it enjoyable and stress-free.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, but you can't see us, right?
I can't see you, no.
Okay, we can't see ourselves also. We were wondering.
Okay.
Okay, well, we can
Well, but we
continue
can
asking you
continue, yes.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
I want to ask you this, like, so in your, how do you, when you share your culture or your interests, you know, as a dance champ, we want to talk a bit about that, you know, about your love for dance. Like, maybe can you tell us a bit about how this started in, you know, for you?
Yeah, so as a child, I was very active with sport in my country, playing cricket, basketball, tennis, all sorts of sports. I was going to a boys grammar school in Brisbane, Australia, very active in sport. I was 15 years old, and then one day at the school assembly, the head or the principal came in and said, right, the girls' school next door, they're going to be doing Latin and ballroom dancing classes. They need partners. So about 150 boys from our school went over to the school gym at the girls' school next door for 4 consecutive Friday nights and took these lessons. And
sorry,
yeah.
me to cut you off, but how did you choose the boys?
We were just invited, and whoever was interested turned up. And okay. I mean, being in a boys' school, playing sport with boys and interacting with boys at the age of 15, the prospect of meeting girls and having contact with girls, I think that appealed to a lot of us. So there was hundreds of us. But anyway, I enjoyed it, and it just so happened that my parents were already involved in Latin dancing and had been for many years. I was never really interested because I was more interested in what I was doing at that age. But they said to me, you know, would you like to...
So I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah.
The signal's bad again, but like, that's really interesting that your parents were already in Latin dance. So this definitely made you more interested to try it out, right?
Well, yeah, I was open to it, and it was a normal thing for me. Although I was never really that interested because I was more interested in sport. But it was only when I started doing it myself, and then the interaction between, you know, boys and girls made it more interesting. That when they asked me if I wanted to go to some adult classes with them, I said, yeah, okay, why not? And then I did that, and I got a girlfriend, and she was a competitive dancer. And at this stage, I was still very new to it, and I just was really only interested in the social component of it and the interaction. But she asked me, oh, would you like to be my dance partner for competitions? And I'm a very positive person. I'm very open. I said, yeah, okay, why not? So I did that. And then for the next 35 years, I never stopped. I just kept going. And once I got into the competitions, being rather competitive, I wanted to improve and move up the ranks. So within a couple of years, I was one of the top competitors in my state. And at that point, I decided, right, I'd like to get to the top internationally. So I went over to England, where all the best champion or the best teachers were. And that was the start of my international career.
For the technical difficulties, we are
Today,
back.
it's okay.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I was talking. I'm not sure how much you heard of that. What was the last thing you heard?
The last thing that we heard was about you actually being part of the boys that were selected to go and start dancing.
And then you had a girlfriend from the
okay.
experience.
Yeah, so I was 15 and I had a girlfriend. It didn't last very long, but she was doing taking private lessons, and learning routines to compete. So she asked me if I'd like to do that, and I said, yeah, okay. So I did it. I think we broke up after a few months or something like that, but I continued to dance with her for a while, and then I got a different partner. And then I didn't stop for the next 35 years. I kept training, and I got into the competitions. I became a state champion in my state, and then I had aspirations to get to the top. So I went to England, where all the top teachers were based in England, because even though it was Latin dancing, in the competitive scene, a lot of the top people are Europeans or English, and they've made a study of the movement, how to move and how to make the movements look better, how to connection. So it's a lot more technical. So that was the start of my international career. And then from England, I turned professional. I did all my teaching qualifications. I learned how to teach. I learned the theory. I then moved to the United States, worked in franchise dance studios in the United States. So got a lot of experience in teaching beginners, people of all ages, young people, older people, people with no experience. But also I also train competitors and performers, and I also now judge competitions as well. So it's very multifaceted. But what I want to do is bring dancing to the normal people and try to make it feel good and look good without making it difficult, just making it fun and accessible to everyone. So that's what we're trying to do.
Right. We definitely should try his lessons.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
More than welcome.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to ask you about your interests. You mentioned and you started getting into dance and you started taking it, you never stopped, right? You were always interested and you're always pursuing it. And at that point, was it kind of like where were you getting, was it like dance meetups where you would kind of test your skills, or was it people that you're studying, or was it like also music that you're interested in that kind of pulled you,
So I started off in social dancing, and that meant going to social dancers clubs where they had partner dancing, that sort of thing. But being competitive, I was also into the competitive and performance style, and that's where I would look for a partner who was suitable for me in terms of the height and the body structure, the goals and objectives, the personality, I guess the looks and that sort of thing. And then I would just work with one partner. We would have teachers who would create choreography for us and help us with styling. And then we would work on it ourselves, make changes ourselves, practice multiple hours every day, and then go and compete in competitions and also do shows in restaurants or hotels or wherever. So that was my main interest, and I was a competitor for about 20 years, but for the last 15 years, because I'm a little bit older now, it's more about teaching classes and running social events, for the attendees of the classes and people who want to come to events. And now, of course, I do more social dancing myself, where I just dance with other people for fun.
Right.
And so that's been the evolution of it all.
Yeah, like I think it's really cool that like you really pushed yourself and made it to like become state champions, and like you travel, and I remember you telling me that you were also champion in Singapore.
Yeah, well, because Singapore, I mean, I don't know, I think it's like a 7-hour flight. It's not like going to the other side of the world, so it's relatively close. So there's a Singapore International Championship in Singapore every year, and back in, I think it was 2001, quite a few Australian dancers went over to compete in Singapore, and we were dancing against dancers from Singapore, Philippines, Indonesia. I think there was a few European couples as well. And I think there was probably like 35 or 40 couples in the first round, and we made the final, and it turned out that we placed first, and that gave us the title of Singapore International Latin Champion. So that was quite a highlight for me in my career. And then I was placed fourth in the Hong Kong International Championship, third in the United Kingdom Closed Championship. So yeah, there was a lot more international competitions after that one, but that was the first one, and that was a big title, like within Asia.
Yes, I can imagine. I mean, as a person from the outside, it looks intimidating, right? When I see the professional dancers and how serious they actually take the dance, and I mean their attire and everything is so like, everything is serious. So I mean, to be actually a champion, or it takes, I'm sure, the amount of work that you put in must have been a lot, and
this is exactly what I was trying to ask, like, because I think you can give tips. I mean, it's not just dancing, right? It's about like how to be your best, like,
yes,
like, because I mean, you have been champion, so these are like certain tips. Like, what would you say to the audience?
Well, in my case, I wouldn't say that I was necessarily the most talented person or the quickest to learn or found anything easy at all. But in my case, I never gave up. I probably was knocked over many times and kept getting back up and just kept doing it over and over and just not giving up. So that was one thing. The other thing is the consistency of practicing or repeating something. The more times you do it, the better you get. And especially if it's something involving your mind and your body, the more times you repeat it, eventually your mind and your body will remember what to do without thinking it. So it's a case of consistency, repetition, and not giving up, and longevity as well. The longer you do something, you can advance up the ranks. And I mean, I'm talking about my experience in dancing and learning dancing and improving, but you could apply that same philosophy to studying or to learning anything, or just anything in life, I guess, of consistency, repetition, longevity, not giving up.
Totally. I mean, also, I think there is like maybe the unique thing about you would be maybe the taste level. Like, you like certain moves, how it looks like, how to land this pose and stuff like that. That would be your particular take on it, right? So, like,
yeah. So if I generalize it again, I mean, this could be specific to learning, a skill or an art or dancing. or just generally in life, you've got to know yourself, or you got to get to know yourself and know what you can do well and what you're not so good at, and try and focus on utilizing those strengths that you've got, knowing what you like and what you don't like, and favoring things that you like. So I think that's important. If you're trying to do something that you don't really want to do or you don't like to do, and you're just doing it because everybody else is doing it or because someone's told you to do it, then that's not going to be very enjoyable, and I don't think it's going to be successful. But if you know what you like and what you're good at, and you try and focus on that and present that, that's going to get the best result, and it's going to be the most enjoyable.
Right. You know, I was thinking, like, if you kind of specialize in coaching people to become champions, like, I think that's an interesting concept for
Yes,
for
I mean,
independent as well.
Hearing you talk, and definitely being, getting some nuggets about, like the consistency thing is definitely something, and also the repetition thing. I want to ask you also about your relationship with dance also, like, is it something you do every day, or is it something that, sometimes you just feel like doing it and then you just get in the zone and then you're dancing, or what is, how do you
what's your process?
What's your process? Or
Yeah, so I've been doing this for 35 years, and pretty much from the beginning, in the early days, it was something I would maybe do 3 or 4 days a week, but as time went on, it just became part of my life, and it's something that I would do in one way or another pretty much every day of the week, 6 or 7 days a week. I think it's good to take one day off, like a Sunday, and maybe just try not to think about it, try not to do it. It's good to have a rest, but and now as a retired competitor and performer, I still perform, but I don't really do competition. But now my focus is more on teaching other people and dancing with the students as well, and so I'm doing that with the studio. We're open 6 days a week, so it's a six day a week thing for me right now, and then try to find time to get some balance in the life, doing other things or resting.
Yes, wherever possible, right? We find speaking with most people that this balance is sometimes very difficult to come. Yeah. The International Dance Studio, yes. Can you tell us a bit about that, and also about the Mexican dance community, and how you've managed to kind of merge everything together into this place where you teach students, and we've seen you there. We've seen you do your thing over there. Maybe you can tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, so I opened the studio about 18 months ago, so we're still very new. We're in the stage still of building up clientele, but we've met a lot of really nice people. Our clientele is probably a mixture of 50% foreigners who are living here, or people sometimes traveling as well, and then 50%. Mexican nationals. So it's a really nice mix. We're trying to build an international community, a community of dance, not only of dance, but we're trying to integrate languages as well. And moving forward, when we have lots and lots of people in the community doing cultural exchanges, cultural trips, trips maybe to other countries, to other areas of Mexico, integrating dance, culture. We're doing mezcal tasting as well, and things like that. So that's pretty much the focus. The original intention was to teach lots of different styles of dance, like salsa, mambo, cha-cha, West Coast swing, East Coast swing, tango, kizomba, zouk. We're doing a lot of those styles, but the most popular styles right now are probably bachata is the most popular style now. It's overtaken salsa, and then salsa as well. So we're teaching a lot of salsa and bachata. But we've got a cumbia class once a week. We've also got a West Coast swing class a week. We do a heels dancing class. We've even got an exotic dance class as well. So we offer a lot of variety in classes, but a lot of those I guess less popular styles, we have 1 or 2 classes a week, whereas with the bachata and salsa, we basically have a bachata and a salsa class 6 days a week. So that's pretty much the focus right now.
Sorry about that.
Very sorry about that. We're not sure what is happening. Our internet thing is okay, but the site seems to be like crashing. So
okay.
Yes. Okay, and we couldn't really hear the last bit about what you were saying, but maybe you can tell us again if you don't mind, about the International Dance Studio. And you mentioned different classes. We heard that there were even cumbia classes. And
yeah, the last part I heard you talking about West Coast swing, and I've been seeing a lot of videos coming from the US. It seems to be pretty popular over there right now. Is that true?
Yeah, that's right. So as I said, the original intention was to offer many different styles, but we found salsa and bachata were the styles that everybody wanted to do. But we are offering a cumbia class once a week, and we've just recently introduced a West Coast swing class on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Because I actually had a lot of experience of teaching West Coast swing in dance studios in the United States, and it seems that there's perhaps one other person that's teaching, or I guess they're getting West Coast swing started in Mexico City. And when I heard about that, I thought, well, this is something I should be offering, because I've taught it professionally in the United States. So we've just started that. And it seems West Coast swing is becoming more popular, I guess, because of the people sharing videos on Instagram and that sort of thing. People see it, they like it, and they want to learn it. So that's something that we're offering now as well.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind trying that one out.
Yes.
West Coast swing.
And I want to also ask you about your experience in Mexico. And do you find being a Latin country that people actually have certain ideas already about, for example, the different moves, or they have their own version interpretation? Is it different dealing with a Latin kind of more Latin kind of environment? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, unfortunately, something I have encountered is, when I've been introduced to someone or a group of people, and they mention that, I'm a professional dancer, I'm a dance teacher, and I'm an Australian. Unfortunately, a lot of people in the Latin world, they'll think, oh, well, how can you be a dancer if you're an Australian? So that's an unfortunate thing that as foreigners we have to overcome. I wouldn't say it happens 100% of the time, but it does happen, and I guess it's a bit of an obstacle when we're trying to build a Latin dance community. But on the other hand, for foreigners who come here or are living here. And, if they go to a class that's taught by a local person who perhaps, doesn't speak English, that can be very, very difficult. So the benefit is that being an English speaker, I can explain things in English, and also in a very slow and methodical way, in a way that I guess people from other countries might relate to better. So, yeah.
Okay, and now what about the future plans for your studio? You mentioned that you're at this point right now. These classes that you have, and we also, we did a music kind of event.
Yes.
The other time. So yeah.
Yeah, so of late we've been trying to not only teach the classes but also have events. We have an event on Thursday night. It's a little bit different from other dance studios. We do a class at 8 p.m., a bachata class. We try to make it social and accessible to the public. We also have some mezcal. We do mezcal tasting, so we try to integrate that. We do a little bit of social dancing after the class for 10, 15 minutes. And then we transition into karaoke. So we basically go from 8 o'clock to 9 with bachata, so like 9 to 9:15 with a little bit of social dancing, and then from 9:15 till 10:30 or perhaps 11 if we can, we do karaoke, and it's different concept. But it's sociable. It's variety. It's not just one thing. And we try to make it like a house party. We have drinks there, and it's very, very informal and sociable. So that's something we do every week on a Thursday, and then we're trying to do sort of ad hoc.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to do ad hoc events, on a Sunday sometimes, where we collaborate with other people. And do musical performances like we did with you guys. The other thing we do as well, we have some performers in the studio. I perform with a couple of my students. We have some of the other teachers who do performances as well. So oftentimes on these events, not only are we teaching a class, doing karaoke, having some drinks, but we'll do some dance performance as well for everybody's entertainment. There's also the opportunity for the students to not only get involved in the normal classes, but if they have any aspirations to perform, they can join one of our performance groups where we create choreography, we stylize it, we put it to a song, and then we go out into the public, into restaurants, or also in our dance studio at our own events, and perform. So it's definitely multifaceted. It's not just dance classes. It's social dancing. It's karaoke. It's mezcal tasting. It's performances, and hopefully in the future as well. Very soon we hope to do excursions where we go to different places for Mexican cultural experiences.
That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, that's all really good because you're building community and getting it's very interactive, all the events that you're hosting. So we're down to our last couple of minutes. Do you have anything to ask him to close up the? I was just about personal growth.
Yeah, something about personal growth, and maybe you can tell us a bit about the picture that we're looking at also. And it's really interesting talking about personal growth for sure.
Yeah, so these photos now are performances that I've done. These were actually in the United States. So this one here is in Los Angeles. My partner on that occasion was a Brazilian samba dancer, but she danced bachata and salsa as well. So we were doing a bachata performance in Los Angeles there at a bachata event that I organized. The photo previous to that was a professional Latin competition partner I had when I was in Orange County, United States. We competed in Latin dance competitions, also in a style called American Rhythm, which comprised dances such as mambo, bolero, included East Coast swing, which is kind of similar to West Coast swing, cha-cha-cha, and something they
swing.
call American rumba, which in Mexico there's a dance called danzón. It's actually quite similar to the American rumba. So yeah, I teach and perform over 30 different styles of dance. But right now, the focus is definitely on bachata and salsa, more so bachata at the moment, because that's more popular with younger people. I mean, when I say younger people, I mean people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Bachata's taking over, as it were.
It's for a lot of ages, right? Like, yeah, everybody can do it.
It's really the flavor of the month. It's becoming more and more popular all the time.
All right. Thank you so much, Stephen, for joining us. We had a
My
good time
pleasure.
chatting you.
Yes.
And we have reached the end of the show. I'm Celestine Angel,
I'm Isaac Rakesh.
and we are here on ADR Networks, activating your senses.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to all who joined us here on That Foreign Show. It's been awesome. I'm Celestine Angel.
And I'm Isaac Crouch.